Hey guys, you are probably going to hear some family noise, but I'm going to try to get some fun time in with my art journal. So I got some fun things I'm working with here. It's been forever since I've done a video because I'm just don't have the time I used to have. So we're going to see how this works. I'm thinking I got some blue here and some brown. Probably won't pull in that red, but I'm going to do some brown and some blue. A real light blue for my background. We'll see. The whole reason I'm sharing a video is because maybe you guys need some inspiration. Because Lord knows I do. Because lately, that might be better. Tumble glass. I look at my craft room and I'm not interested at all. I just don't. I have no mojo for creativity. And I miss it. So we're going to see. I got some elements here that I cut out. And I cut it out from the Stimperia. Not sure how to say that. I got some things here. I will show you. From this collection, the Coffee and Chocolate by Christina Ayoban. So I got the big pad and this one, and I'm really, I love it. This is so just my jam, this paper. I absolutely love it. And I got some stencils out, so we're going to try to do just a few steps in the environment here. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to do a really quick background with, I've got this right here. This is a failed pocket that I tried to make with lamination, but I kept it because I could use it for like this splatter kind of technique here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do a little bit of tumbled glass. Ooh, that looks like it's, I can't really see it very well. Do some tumbled glass, and then I'm going to do some vintage photo. I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to get it wet, and then we're going to see what happens. I want more, we'll get more. And this is just normal paper. I should be using mixed media paper, but I'm not. Because I know I got some thick paper in my art journal. I'm just going to stick this in that. So there is a little bit of blue, a little bit of brown. I definitely want a little bit more blue in there. So I'm going to try this technique where you just get it wet and then you can bend it and bring it to it. I like how that winds up looking too. And this is just the background, so we're going to be doing a lot of changes here. So a little bit more brown. I like that speckled look. Okay. So now I'm going to dry this. And I figured I'd just talk through it live. And then you can fast forward if you want. If that's what works for you. Sometimes it's good. I don't know. I personally like to watch some people when they do their art journal just to see that the same things that I struggle with, they struggle with too. Like my paper curling. I knew that would happen. I'm okay with it because this is just cheap paper. It's a really thin paper. And this is what's going to happen when you use really thin paper every time, no matter how good you are. So there's my first layer. Ooh, it's hot. So look at these colors. I just go with that, just the way that it is. It's still a little damp in the background. We're gonna leave that because I got a lot more that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some stamping. I'm gonna do some stenciling. I got these stamps for the coffee stains. I'm gonna use those, and we'll just go doing that now. I'll do stamping first. This is from Vicky. Ooh la la. I really love this stamp set for even just for these. For these alone. Let me get my blocks. Just for these little coffee stain guys. I love these. So I'm actually going to do these in walnut because I want them to show up a little bit more. So just random. First and second generation. And then this is the single one. That works for me. This is just the first foundation. No reason to fuss. It will all come together. And if it doesn't, it's just an art journal. Nobody's going to come and smack your hand or ground you because you didn't do it the way they liked it. I've got some splatters on here too that I kind of like, so I'm going to try. I think I'm going to get that on there a few times too. We'll do that one in Distress because that's what I have out. It's looking really messy, but that's okay. Oh, my rag dropped. There we go. All right, so that's for stamping. And we're going to let that dry. I'm going to put this back. And then I'm going to do some stenciling. So the theme of this is coffee, inspired by that paper because it's just gorgeous. So with that said, I feel like I need a little bit more blue here. And I want it to not be perfect, so I'm going to use a brush. Let me make sure I use a brush that is not for oxide, because you don't want to mix your oxides. For those that don't know, you don't want to mix your oxides and your regular Distress, otherwise they'll get messed up. So I've got this thing and I'm not impressed with it. With all my brushes, look how many dry brushes I have. For shame, because I don't do enough. I should be doing more. Oh, that's oxide. Well, I guess this will be the blue one because this one's too purple. So I'm just going to go in and just add some more blue around this edge here. Just kind of rough. That's good enough. I just want a little bit more blue there. And maybe down here. Some subtle blue to pull in that blue there. The brown's going to be all around. So I think pulling out the blue is going to be more important. And this is probably pretty dry. This is so old. I've had this ink pad forever. You definitely get your money's worth with it for sure. But you do have to get the refills. Yeah, I like how that's starting to look with more blue. Okay, I like it. Oh, shoot. Let me put this back where it goes. Sorry if my head's in there, which I'm sure it is. If I don't clean up as I go, I will wind up with an absolute disaster. Okay. still need that. Okay, so I like how that's looking. Now I'm going to do just some really simple stenciling. So I've got a couple options here. Here's what I have out. I've already done that, so I'm going to scratch that. I think that these coffee beans will be a little too much texture. I like the other texture I have, so I'm not going to do that. So I think I'm going to go with some writing. I got this one, which is really good. I really like that one. Let's see, I like that one. This one has a different theme. I love the sunflowers. Ugh, absolutely love that. And this one I love too. But I have some flowers in there, or some leaves. That might be good to use on the edges, this little squiggly. Or the flourishes. We'll try that. So these other themes are very pretty, but they don't really go. So those are some of the, just a few of the stencils I've got. I got quite a few, but I don't use them very much. I don't know why. I think I just forget that I have them. And to keep things simple, I'm going to use this like squiggle thing. I really like that. If I use Vintage Photo, it might get lost, but we'll see. I don't want to introduce too many colors. I have a habit of doing that, and it winds up messing it up. So I don't want to introduce too many colors. So this doesn't look too... It doesn't look too detailed. See, this little circle thing would be cute too, but I'm kind of feeling these little swirly things. I like that. So I hope I like it when I reveal it. Hopefully it'll be noticeable. Yeah, that's cute. We'll do it up in this corner too. I like that. It's not too overpowering. I was thinking about doing black soot, but I think that would have been a little bit too much because I just want it to be subtle. It's not going to steal the show. It's just going to complement the show. I feel like I'm going to be a little challenged with my focal point on this too, but we'll see. Put that right there. Yay! I like that. Clean that up real quick. Actually, I'll clean that up with this. Save that for later. Just a quick cleanup. I'll have to take care of that later. Okay. So I'm liking that. A little less over here, but it's going to be pretty busy over there, so that's fine. Make sure this is nice and dry. Doesn't look like too much right now, but in the end, it will. I might turn it the other way, I'm not sure. Okay, and now for some stenciling. I'm just going to do some words. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use this one and use this text in the background. It is my go-to. I use it for pretty much everything, and I love it. Can't talk me out of it. It's so, like, it's one of my favorite things in my craft room. It doesn't, whatever these words are, I don't know, and I don't care. I just like the visual texture that it adds. Okay, that's cool. I like that. So now I'm going to do some modeling paste. Any modeling paste will do. This is the one I have. I ordered it. and it's ginormous. I didn't know it was so big. I will never use this much, but it's what I got. So it's what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to do it in the corner, just random. I don't want to do it too thick. I feel like I haven't used it in a while, so it's going to be a little tricky. I don't want it to be perfect. In fact, I want it to not be perfect. There's that one. And, well, we're going to have to do the same area right here. Only takes a little bit. I don't want it to be huge and chunky. There's that. And maybe just a little bit in the corner here. Gotta be careful that I don't mess up what I've already done. And then a little bit right here. There we go. Ooh, I like it. All right, I have a thing of water behind me where I can put this in. I love my stencils. Again, I don't use them as much as I probably should, just because it gets a little messy and I forget to bring in like a jar or like a bowl of water to rinse it in. So, but I remember this time. So, in the water goes, and my knife too. There goes. So, I like it. It's looking cool. Make sure we dry that. Make sure I'm recording this. Hey. Probably a glare over here. I don't know. I don't have the best lighting. Get that good and dry. So that might not be totally dry, but my plan here is to have it set on the page somewhat like this. This coffee guy back here. I think that's how I had it. Oh, no, that wasn't how I had it. I had it like this and like that. And then this like this, and then maybe tuck all these little winners over here. And this guy was gonna go over here on the edge of this bag, just so I got a little green, and I'll have a little bit of green over here too. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works out, and that color scheme looks like it's gonna go really well, but I don't know, we'll see. But I feel like I need to distress this. This is a little too much. I might have to cut it down a little bit because it's taking up like a huge amount of the page. So I might cut it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that down. Ooh, but if I cut it down, will it work still? I don't know. It's a little much. I don't know. It looks like it's too much to me. So, and if I lose this border, I can just ink it. I'm going to fray the edges because it says old coffee. So this needs to look old. It says old coffee. Okay. Then I got this handy dandy little frayer thing, but you can use whatever you want. Which is, when I say whatever you want, your scissors. I should have been more clear. Your scissors will do the same thing. They don't have to be fancy scissors. You can even use this kind of scissor or whatever you want. And you just do like that on it. But this is awkward to me. I like this little tool. I've had it forever and I use it all the time. It's another thing in my craft room that I really like. One of those tools that, like, could I live without it? Probably, but I choose not to. Because I don't have to. There it goes. Now it looks like it says old. Got a mess. And we'll make it look even more old. Get some vintage photo. There we go. Maybe a little smaller. I think it'll fit a little bit better. Yeah, so that's the plan down here. And then I'm going to have the coffee bag here. And this guy will be up here. That guy goes there. This guy goes right about here. Maybe over a little bit more. Not sure if I want those over the sign or below the sign. But this is the general plan. I don't know what my sentiment's going to be. It says old coffee, so it'll just probably be like I love or something like that. Or just coffee is the nectar of the gods, because that is true. See, I think it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm still drinking coffee. Okay. And then I'm going to have a leaf. Maybe coming out the top here. Another one here. My son just got home, so you're going to hear that. So these leaves will go somewhere in here.
Mother?
That is the plan. There's my son. Yes, dear? I'm recording.
Oh, okay.
No, I can stop.
I have to leave at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
6 o'clock tomorrow?
Yep.
Why? Because that's when the U-Haul place opens.
No. I pick up my U-Haul at 10, and then at 2.
10 in the morning?
Yeah. But I have to leave at 6 in the afternoon.
I gotcha. Okay.
There was a road closure. It's going to cause a delay.
Ooh, okay.
At least I expected to.
Yeah. Good job checking. All right. My son starts his job in Oregon. He is moving. Just graduated college, and he is moving to Oregon. So, there's that. Big change. Okay. So, let's plan this. Sentiment. I might not use this in the... I don't know if I'm going to use this. I like it, but I feel like I need a... I don't know. I'll figure out the sentiment, but it's going to live here somehow. So I think we'll just start putting stuff down, because why wait? The longer I wait, the less it'll likely to be done. So I guess we'll use this glue, because this is getting a little bit dried out. I've had this for a long time, but the Nuvo glue used to be my favorite, and then I discovered Behr, the Behr glue. This one. Oh, love this. I need a needle. I gotta get this out of here. This is a little stuck, I think. It's actually just really thick because it's older. So, hold on, I gotta put my needle back. There it goes. So yeah. Come on. Move, glue, move. It doesn't want to move. So, I'm sure you guys have done this many times with your glue too. You gotta play with it, finagle it when it gets a little bit dried out. I don't know if this is gonna be savable because this is probably a good, like, 3 years old. Not sure. If it doesn't work, then I will just go to my other glue. Oh, I gotta spray my hand. Nope, there we go. So, fingers crossed that that did it. Not really. It's just got too thick and too dried out. But I'm going to see if I can make it work. I think that works. And then that guy lives here. Let me make sure I got my... Might live on top. I'm a little bit more frayed there. Yep, I think he'll live on top. And the coffee cup will be right there. And this guy will be right there. He will also be a little frayed. Because why not? Yep. Just commit. Do it. So I'm not doing it all over because I'm going to be tucking things underneath. Just do a little bit here. Now it's starting to move. It's just dry at the tip. Ooh, I like that. Looks good. This is a canister, so we're just going to go right down the middle here because I'm going to be doing some tucking of things, I think. Ooh, that looks good. I like it. He's going to live underneath there. Tuck him right underneath there. Like so. This guy is, oop, almost did the wrong side. Just going to tuck him behind here. I like that. Okay. Now, where do these little coffee dudes go? One that's going to live there just because I said so. He's going to go right here. And I got a little cinnamon stick. That I'll just tuck somewhere in there. Again, there is no police that's going to come and say I did this right or wrong. I like that. Might stick another one back there. I like that. But all these elements I cut out from the paper, and it gives me like my own ephemera. It's like it's not my own, obviously, because it's from the paper, but you know what I mean. I can make it and use it in my own way. Okay. Maybe another cinnamon stick coming out of here. Oh, I got that glued down. Not even sure if I want it behind there, but we'll see. because the only thing I had planned was like, I kind of had a plan where I was like, yeah, I'm going to use all these elements on this one page, and I kind of laid it out a little bit before I started recording, just so that you guys didn't have to go through the hem and haw and watch me fussy cut things, because no one likes that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what I was going to do here. It doesn't make sense to put that there. Put it right there. But if I don't like something, I'll take it off and put it on in a different way. These little leaf things, I like them. Can't do it that way. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I think that's gonna work nice. One little dot of glue to hold it. There it is. Kind of like it. I kind of like it. Now I need the splatters. We must have it. It must happen. But white or brown? Probably both. Probably do both. But I don't want my coffee cup to be too white. I have this India ink stuff that I'm not sure. I think I've used it before. I can't remember. But it's not going to be good for, look at that. You see what I mean? So that doesn't work. But this is good for a lot of things, but I don't know if this is going to be the right thing. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I feel like my dauber is not working. It's not sucking like anything up. So, if that doesn't work, I know a brush will, but we'll be... I don't want to ruin this brush. Oh, whatever. Ooh, I like that. What I like about this is that it's going to keep it really white. But look, it's getting everywhere. There we go. That is nice. And I got a jar of water. See, this will stay white when it's dry, and I like that. So, get that cleaned up real quick. I will have to clean that with something different. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. And then we need some brown. Turn that over. This won't be as dark because this is going to be distressing, so it's not going to be as dark. But I think it'll still get the job done. Okay. Good enough for me. I'm My brush is not ruined because I cleaned it. This thing I don't care about. Okay. Kind of like it. Let's make sure we're good and dry. You know what? If I don't have a motivational quote, then I don't. But I do need to use this. To ink the edges or not. I always do, but I will handle that in a little bit. Some random sketchy lines. I like it. Sweet. There it goes. Okay. Because I can't resist. Just a little bit. Because I just can't. I cannot not do it. I'm not going to do it in black. I'm going to keep telling myself that. But I probably will have to do something a little darker. But a 2-layer framing is perfectly fine. Because it brightens it up in the middle and really makes those colors pop, I think. The subtle color variations, it makes it work. Okay. You stay there. You come here because I can't resist you. Just a subtle, just a little. Just on the edge. Just on the edge. Because I'm not scared. I really like those color variations in the background, how they turned out. Even though the paper is crap, it doesn't matter. It still did what I wanted it to do. And it's just going in my art journal. And just recording to, you know, motivate somebody who might need it. If nobody needs it, that's okay. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Missed it. Okay. Let's put it in its home. Let's put it in its home. Watch, it won't fit. Wouldn't that be great? Where am I at? Please tell me it fits. Yay, I thought I could have swore I did. Okay, good. Here it goes. So we're just going to glue this down. Call this sucker done. I don't even care if it doesn't fit like proper. Like, I don't even need glue, but I was just going to like tape runner it, but the glue will help it stay a little bit more. I don't know, it'll make it even more chunky. This glue is still great, the Nuvo. It's one of the good ones, but they got that gun thing that you can put it in now, but I don't know. I don't think I need that, but it might be handy. Who knows? All the other people who are using it can't be wrong. So there it goes in its permanent home to stay here forever. Ooh, I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I hope you guys do too. And I hope that this helped to motivate you to spend some time in your craft room just making art just for the sake of doing it. Not because it needs to be a gift, not because it needs to be some massive project. I suffered that for a long time. It doesn't have to be some end-all be-all thing. Just do it. For you. And no one else. If you choose, it's up to you. There it is. Thanks for watching, guys.